August meeting. Women asked to use period to restore decaying societal values. Federal government to include artificial intelligence in education curriculum. From the foreign scenes, German official to stand for trial over spying for Russia. Before the news in detail, here's a special message. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. Good morning and welcome to the news. My name is Uchechukwu Ebonam. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of Anambra State Health Insurance Agency, Dr. Simeon Onyemechi, says that the agency has included prostatectomy into the health package of their beneficiaries. Dr. Onyemechi discloses during a quarterly meeting of the agency and her medical providers held in Oka. According to Dr. Onyemechi, what ASHA has done is in line with Governor Chukwuma Soludo's desire for them to achieve a universal health coverage in Anambra where people will not pay out of pocket in order to receive adequate health services. Dr. Onyemechi explained that Governor Soludo has always charged them to expand the benefit package of the scheme where the enrollees will benefit more from the system. Hence the inclusion of the prostate surgery into the scheme to take care of the aging male population in the state. The ASHA boss said that for one to benefit from the prostatectomy, he or she must have been on ASHA beneficiary for at least 6 months and urged the healthcare providers to always deliver quality healthcare services that are affordable and accessible to their enrollees. According to him, ASHA experts have the services they should pay for or have paid for must be rendered the way it should be, and that when such services are not delivered optimally, it means that they have failed their enrollees. Dr. Onyemechi frowned at the unwholesome attitudes of some of the healthcare providers and warned that any facility found wanting will be sanctioned accordingly, even as he commended them for supporting the agency in delivering quality healthcare services to Anambra. He made it clear that ASHA is the first state health insurance to include prostatectomy into their services in Nigeria, and that they will also cover computed tomography scan, magnetic resonance imaging, hormonal profile, male and female, among others. Question and answer section climaxed the meeting attended by owners and managing directors of implementing medical facilities across the 21 local government areas of Anambra State. Women have been charged to use the ongoing August Home and Abroad meeting as a veritable platform to restore the decaying core values in society. A woman activist from Nanka in Urumba North local government area, Lady Peace Ezechukwu, who gave the charge in an interview with the ABS, blamed negative behavior of the children on lack of good parental upbringing. She said that women should equally put the Nigerian nation in their prayers during their ongoing August summit, regretting the hardships the people are passing through in the country. Lady Peace urged nursing mothers to always engage in exclusive breastfeeding of their babies for a balanced and healthy growth. She called on the federal government to map out policies that will elevate the sovereignty of the citizenry. Contributing, a woman leader at Neni in Anocha local government area, Lady Mary Enukeme, who described the women's August meeting as a period when women in both the church and society will converge on their various communities and churches to fertilize ideas on how to transform the society, urged the women folk to avoid acts that will make the August summit lose its concept and meaning. Lady Mary used the opportunity to task mothers and proper child upbringing in society to secure a bright future for them as leaders of tomorrow. Comrade Humphrey Nwafo has emerged the state chairman of Non-Academic Staff Union of Educational and Associated Institutions, NASU, Anambra State Council. He emerged unopposed during the 2023 9th Quadrennial Delegates Conference, an election held at the Agadaga Norgay Secretariat, Oka. Correspondent Ngozi Bileri covered the event and now reports.
Among those elected during the quadrennial conference of the NASU by delegates from the 13 branches that make up NASU in Anambra State were Comrade Benjamin Nweke as the National Executive Council member, Comrade Daniel Nwezuoke as Board of Trustee State Council Committee, Comrade Chukwugozie Ikegolo from Nnamdi Azikiwe University branch emerged treasurer of the union when his opponent from Nnamdi Azikiwe University Teaching Hospital branch, Comrade Kelechi Ebuna, stepped down for him. Declaring the conference open, the head of service of Anambra State, Barrister Theodora Igwegbe, represented by Mrs. Chigozie Nwosu, wished them fruitful deliberations and assured of cooperation with the state government to promote welfare of workers in the state, and urged them to support the present move to create a livable homeland for Anambra.
To tell you that the choices we make here and decisions we make here will help to move the state forward, and we should aim towards uniting the states in a positive way. She has also told me to tell you that she has your support 100%. She's willing to take your issues and matters to Mr. Governor if it arises.
Moving the motion for the dissolution of the past administration after the business section, where the Secretary of NASU, Comrade Ngozi Okafor, delivered Secretariat reports of the Union for the past 4 years, the Senior Assistant General Secretary, NASU Secretariat Abuja, Comrade Emmanuel Amalu, commended the peaceful coexistence existing among the branches of the Union, urging them to keep it up. Comrade Amalu, who was the returning officer at the election, while bringing felicitations from the National Secretariat of NASU, thanked Anambra State Council of the Union for their support to the National Secretariat.
A wonderful support to the workers of NASU have been one of the reasons why the union is still strong. And our records in the National Secretariat of NASU have not shown any sign of crisis that might warrant national headquarters coming down here to resolve issues.
Earlier in an address, the Anambra State Chairman of NASU, Comrade Humphrey Nwafo, while highlighting various achievements of his administration in the past 4 years, appealed to Anambra State government to listen to their plea for a piece of land where they can site their secretariat, and listed non-utility vehicles, incessant increase in rent for State Council office, and decline in number of members are some of the challenges facing them.
The last 4 years, all of us have witnessed the much we are able to achieve and the extent we are able to go. But with your support, your encouragement, we are going to do better than we did in the last 4 years.
In their goodwill messages, the State Secretary of Nigeria Labour Congress, Comrade Gaius Chukwuka, and the State Chairman of Nigerian Union of Journalists, Dr. Odogwu Emeka Odogwu, said that NASU is lucky to have Comrade Nwafo as their chairman, reassuring them the support of other affiliate unions. The event featured swearing in of the new executives and solidarity song. In Oka, I am Ngozi Obileri for ABS News.
Transition Committee Chairman for Oyi Local Government Area, Mr. Emmanuel Nweke, has called for proper monitoring and nurturing of the palm and coconut seedlings planted in all parts of the state, so that the efforts of Governor Chukwuma Soludo in acquiring them will not be in vain. Mr. Nweke said this at his office in Nteje while interacting with ABS correspondent Ngozi Obileri. According to him, acquiring the seedlings cost the government a lot, and it will be good even Anambra, who benefited from the distribution, to take adequate care of the plants to achieve the desired aim. Mr. Nweke noted that Governor Soludo's intention was to boost economic status of Anambra in the next 5 years. He said that when Anambra will start harvesting the fruits thereof, every family can boast of 3 square meals daily, especially in the face of the present economic realities. On the need to ensure that drainages in every neighborhood is free of sand and debris, Mr. Nweke stressed the need for everyone to be involved, especially in the ongoing plastic picking competition by all communities of the state, as he said that if the environment is clean, everyone will be happy for it. From the federal scenes, the federal government of Nigeria says it will look into including artificial intelligence, AI, into school curriculum in the country. The Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Education, Mr. David Adejo, disclosed this when students of Federal Government Girls College, Shagamu, in Ogun State, presented the innovation to him and other directors of the ministry in Abuja. ABS Abuja Bureau Chief Ekwajide filed the report.
The innovation are robots named Okikiola Shagamu or Kikisagi. The students say has the ability to recognize faces and identify them. Addressing the assemblage, the permanent secretary decried the situation of federal government colleges, which he said recent inclusion of robotics is changing and bringing them to limelight. Mr. Adejo noted that in the next 5 years, the world will be driven by AI, and Africa is still lagging behind in things that are already making waves in the Western world. He challenged the students to produce robots that can assist them in their school, saying that a robot that can serve food will be an asset in their school's cafeteria as the sharing portions will now be equal. The director and principal of FGJC Shagamu, Dr. Mrs. Muyiba Olodo, had earlier in her speech said they came to present the innovation so that the permanent secretary and directors of the ministry would be aware of the fact that their efforts at exposing the students and their coaches to the current trend in the world of technology is yielding positive results. According to her, coding, artificial intelligence, machine learning, and robotics are sowing good seeds in federal unity colleges across the country, and thanked the ministry for providing the enabling environment for their achievement while praying that they remain in the limelight for good.
Exposing these students and their coaches to the current trend in the world of technology, that is, coding, artificial intelligence, machine learning, robotics, are sowing good seed.
Mr. Olajide Ademola Ajayi of Quadrina Education and Technology Foundation, who joined the launch virtually, encouraged the students to remain steadfast in their pursuit for excellence, as according to him, science and artificial intelligence are not meant for boys alone, but will go a long way in defining the path of the girls. In Abuja, Princess Ekwi Ajide reporting.
A government official has been arrested in Germany accused of passing secret information to Russia. The man has been named only as Thomas H. in line with German privacy rules. He worked for an office dealing with military equipment and information technology. It is alleged he went on his own initiative to the Russian embassy in Berlin and also to his consulate in the city of Bonn, where he offered his services. He was brought before a judge on Wednesday and was detained pending a trial. He was arrested in Koblenz in western Germany, and his home and workplace were searched. Eddie Jones made Michael Hooper one of Australia's co-captains when he returned as head coach. Flanker Michael Hooper and fly half Quade Cooper have been left out of Australia's World Cup squad for coach Eddie Jones. Hooper, who has captained the Wallabies for the best part of the last decade, and 80-cap fly half Cooper were the headline omissions in the 33-man squad. Hooper, who played 125 times for Australia since 2012, was named co-captain of the Wallabies with James Slipper for the Rugby Championship earlier this year, but only played in the opening lose to South Africa before being sidelined by a calf injury. Before we go, remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS TV from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at Anambra Broadcasting Service. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at ABS Television. Okay. You can also tweet us on Twitter at ABS Radio TV. We are on Instagram at ABS Radio TV. Log on to our website at www.absradiotv.com. Now the main point that made the news again this morning. Asia has included prostatectomy into its healthcare package. August meeting, women has asked to use period to restore decaying societal values. Federal government is to include artificial intelligence in education curriculum. From the foreign scenes, we told you that German official is to stand for trial over spying for Russia. Governor Chukwuma Soludo has come for a total turnaround maintenance of the Anambra State economy and promotion of core Igbo values. Let's give him maximum support for the task ahead. That's all on the news this morning. My name is Uchechwo Ibana. Be good.